Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is the Mother of Wolves, and the Mother of Wolves is a fell wolf found at the Frost Den in Frostfire Ridge. She was a frost wolf alpha mother, but got infected by demonic energy, causing her former pack to turn on her, which you can see right here. They are all attacking her, they're surrounding her, and, you know, it's kind of sad, because this is like their Frost Wolf alpha mother, and now it's like she's diseased, right? It's almost like those zombie shows where somebody gets infected and they're just like, no, this is my wife. And then they're like, no, it's a zombie. And they're like, no, right? And then they have to like take her out. It's like that. But this is all part of a quest from Farseer Urquan, and he pretty much tells you to go kill her, and then you bury her remains at the graveyard just outside of Thramvar. But I also wanted to take this opportunity to promote the Fell Wolves and Frost Wolves of the game, just like the generic wolves, because I was going to put them on the list, and I was like, you know what, I could kill two birds with one stone and put this whole Mother of Wolves situation on the list. But I do think Fell Wolves and Frost Wolves in general are pretty cool as well. So that's why the Mother of Wolves is number 10. 9. Number 9 are the Hexen Wolf Alphas, located in Drustvar. And these wolves are part of the Cursed Game Hunter achievement, where you have to kill one of every type of cursed animal in Drustvar. But honestly, I think these are some of the coolest cursed animals around, which sounds really weird, like, yo, you're cursed, that's so awesome, dude, you look great. And they're just like, life is pain. But, you know, you could be cursed and look pretty cool. It's better than being cursed and not looking cool. There's a lot of those. Also, someone mentioned on Wowhead that if any hunters try to tame these, the blue effect goes away and it just becomes a regular gray wolf, which, if it's still like that, that's so dumb. Like, just let people have a cool looking cursed blue wolf. And you know what? Let's do some wolf facts, because I love doing facts about any animals I make lists out of. So wolves can live up to 13 years in the wild. Wolves have 42 teeth. Wolf pups are actually born deaf and blind with bright blue eyes. Wolves can run at 36 to 38 miles per hour. And a wolf's howl can be heard up to 10 kilometers away. So there you go. Wolves are pretty cool, just like the Hexen Wolf Alphas. And that's why they're number 9. 8. Number 8 is Nokkarash, and Nokkarash is a gigantic Garn who dwells north of Wargal in Frostfire Ridge, and he actually drops the Garn Nighthowl mount after he's been defeated. And if you're like me and were wondering, what is a Garn? Well, a Garn are a species of massive black wolves that are native to Frostfire Ridge on Draenor. According to Marad, they are amongst the most vicious and cunning predators on Draenor. They always hunt in packs, which, I mean, that's just wolves, right? I guess they're just bigger wolves, so it's more scary. And the Magar clan actually brought their domesticated Garn from an alternate Draenor to Azeroth. And back in the day, Nokkarash, who had the title of Warrior's Death, used to be this big fight people have to, you know, group up for and try to take down. Everyone tried to get the mount. Now you can just go there and kill him and get the mount, like it doesn't really matter. But back then, he was pretty crazy. And if anything, he's like the biggest Garn. Out of all the Garns surrounding him, he is the biggest Garn. So that's why Nokkarash is number 8. 7. Number 7 is the Lone Hunter, and the Lone Hunter is a ghost wolf that still has Joseph Redpath's hunting blade embedded into its skull. And I'm sure anybody that's quested in the Eastern Plaguelands knows about the Redpath family. So Joseph Redpath was killed in the Battle of Darrowshire, and then his daughter Pamela Redpath is standing in a house, and she's just a little girl. It's a ghost, so it's always kind of freaky. But she does give out a bunch of quests, and one of the quests is to go get her father's hunting blade out of the Lone Hunter, which is this wolf. Her reasoning being that her father will be very happy when she gives him his animal sword, which, you know, this is like all weird, like everybody's dead, so it's all kind of freaky still. And so, yeah, the wolf is just a ghost wolf, and he's got the blade in his head, because obviously that's where he died. And then you gotta get the blade back. However, if you're a hunter and try to tame this thing, the blade will not be there. You still get the ghost wolf, it's just he doesn't have the blade in his head. However, there used to be a bug apparently where you could get a wolf with a blade in its head, so that's kind of cool. But it's not every day you see a ghost wolf with a blade stuck in its head, so that's why the Lone Hunter is number 7. 6. Number 6 are the Cinder Wolves, and the Cinder Wolves are fire elemental wolves summoned by Flamebender Kagraz in the Blackrock Foundry. And as you can see here, it's kind of hard to film the Cinder Wolves. They're just running all over. They're going insane. There's flames all over because this is a boss fight. There's like big tornadoes. Like you can see the cinder wolves, right? Look at there they go. They're biting away. So that's why for the rest of number 6, we're gonna look at the cinder pup. There's the cinder pup. He's a cinder wolf. He's just the baby version, and he's a pet you can get, and he's very cute. And he was a reward from the garrison mission Fiery Friends. But the one thing that really blew my mind is that these are the only cinder wolves in the game. Like there's no other cinder wolves. I figured there'd be some in like a fiery area or just somewhere there'd be a fire wolf, but no, it's just these are the only ones. So it's like, it's kind of insane how rare these wolves are that they're just for this boss fight. And then the cinder pup, of course, but that's why I had to put him on the list for being so rare, yet not really being a named type of wolf. So that's why the cinder wolves are number 6. 5. Number 5 are Gara and the Ghost Wolves. And that sounds a lot like a band, but it's not, at least not that I know of. And Gara is a wolf located at the burial fields in Shadow Moon Valley. And according to Wowpedia, she died long ago along with her owner, Mother Omra. When Ner'zhul and his clan started to practice shadow magic, Mother Omra was corrupted and Gara feared her. Her forlorn spirit returned to her owner's grave. When a Beastmaster hunter pets her and shows her a shadowberry, if one creates a spirit effigy, they can return it to Omra's grave and redeem her. However, Zan does not approve of this and takes Gara as captive. And if you don't know who Zan is a void god in Shadow Moon Valley. And so then you have to find a void lantern, you enter the void, you kill a bunch of void stuff, and then Zan appears and you kill Zan. But moments before he dies, he consumes void, which corrupts Gara, and the only way to save Gara is by taming her. So you have to tame Gara, and after that, Mother Omra says her goodbyes and prays to see her again. And then you have Gara, who becomes a Void Wolf. But man, I didn't know about Gara before doing research for this pointless top 10, and now that's pretty crazy. Like, this Ghost Wolf becomes a Void Wolf, and then there's like this whole Ner'zhul backstory. It's crazy. So I also wanted to include the Ghost Wolves because I do think the Ghost Wolf model looks really cool, including Shaman Ghost Wolf. Shout out to Shaman Ghost Wolf, which didn't make the list, but I wanted to give it a shout out because I know somebody's be like, Shaman Ghost Wolf didn't make the list, and it's pretty cool. So that's why Gara and all forms of Ghost Wolves are number 5. 4. Number 4 is Zack, and Zack is a dancing wolf at the Mok'Nathal village in the Blade's Edge Mountains. So we go from this intense backstory to a dancing wolf. But hey, you know what? Dancing wolves are pretty great. In fact, dancing any animal is pretty great, to be honest. But I love that that's just all he does. He just stands here and he dances, and then he's like, ooh, gotta take a break. And he's like, all right, gotta keep dancing. And then the dude next to him's just like, hey, all right, yeah. And then that's the entire premise of what's going on here. But it's so simplistic, yet so fun. I also did see on Wowhead that someone said it could be a reference to Zakk Wylde, who also has 2 Ks in the name Zack, and he was the lead guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne. And as you know, Ozzy Osbourne did a World of Warcraft commercial way back in the day, and it was always pretty well known that Blizzard loved their rock and metal music, especially, you know, Elite Tauren Chieftain and all that stuff. But whether this is a reference or not, I don't care. This is Zack the Dancing Wolf, and that's good enough for me to put him at number 4. 3. Number 3 is Moonfang, and Moonfang is a world boss located in the woods on the western part of Darkmoon Island, which is always up when the Darkmoon Fair is up. And Moonfang can drop a few items, but the primary ones are Moonfang's Pelt, Moonfang's Paw, Moonfang's Shroud, and Moon Moon, who is the summonable companion. And Moon Moon is named after the 2013 meme and is just a miniature version of Moonfang. But I think Moonfang is really cool. Like, you can just see them out there with the moonlight surrounding them, and they're just chilling between the big trees, and there's the cages all over. I just think it's a very aesthetically cool area. And I'm always a sucker for the Darkmoon Fair stuff. Like, I've always loved the Darkmoon Fair. I did a pointless top 10 on the Darkmoon Fair, and it's just, there's always some weird creepy thing behind whatever's at the Darkmoon Fair, so I don't know how or why Moonfang came about, but I'm sure there's some weird reasoning behind it, like old gods or who knows. But anyway, that's why Moonfang is number 3. 2. Number 2 is Ghost Howl, and Ghost Howl is a wolf found roaming the plains around the base of Thunderbluff in Mulgore. And I remember Ghost Howl because back in the day, I'd always be leveling up a Tauren, and I would find Ghost Howl, and I'd be like, whoa, it's a rare wolf, but I never realized the cool lore behind Ghost Howl. So Ghost Howl actually fought against the Burning Legion, and in those battles against the Burning Legion, he attained a savage wound from a demon. Despite Azeroth's victory, the wolf continues to carry the wound, the pain of the unbearable wound tormenting his spirit and causing him to grow hostile towards the Tauren and their allies. And so in World of Warcraft, the hunter Scorn Whitecloud, a Tauren, once encountered the mighty Ghost Howl in his youth, and though unsuccessful in his own attempts to end the wolf's suffering, commends those adventurers able to slay and salvage his demon-scarred hide. And so once you do that, he crafts you a demon-scarred cloak and thanks you for ending Ghost Howl's suffering. And so according to Wowpedia, it isn't specified which war was fought, but it can be assumed that Ghost Howl fought against the Burning Legion's army in an attempt to take Mulgore during the Legion's second invasion and the Battle of Mount Hyjal. And so it's pretty crazy. Ghost Howl, I feel like, is one of the most underrated wolves in World of Warcraft. Like, he actually fought against the Burning Legion. How many wolves can say that? And that's why he's number 2. 1. And number 1 are dire wolves, specifically the dire wolf mount, because this was the first mount I ever got in World of Warcraft. It was my mount that I got on my Billy character that many of you know from my old WoW videos. And I just always have nostalgia with the dire wolf, because I remember getting this mount for the first time and I was like, dude, I did it. I finally got a mount. So that was like my first real connection to a mount. And it was phenomenal. And riding around on your wolf and being like, yeah, woo! And I remember always going to the stables and all the wolves were there. And I remember just being so excited because I was an orc and all the orcs got wolves. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, everyone else had horses and skeleton horses and whatever it is. But I was like, dude, I get a wolf. But I guess Kodos are pretty cool too. But wolves were the best. And so that's why, to me, dire wolves, specifically the dire wolf mount, is number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. If you want more Pointless Top 10s, you go check out Snails if you want more animal stuff, or you go check out Pointless Top 10 Dark Moon Fair things, since I referenced that earlier in the video as well. Also, consider supporting the channel over on patreon.com/Wowcrendor or by becoming a channel member. Okay? Okay. See you.